the next few weeks and as we get closer, we're still 7 weeks out, almost 2 months.
Your laptop's gonna die soon.
No, I don't care. I don't need it. Anywho, as we get closer, it's just going to get more excitement that, we're 7 weeks out. Normally, we don't even have fights to announce. And now here we are. We have main event, co-main event. We have 9 fights. We've already talked about.
We're already starting to talk about July.
So, anyways, I can't wait for that fight. But moving on to the lightweight co-main event.
We got a couple of guests up here. In the
Jacob Bohn and Zach DeSab. Like, Bohn has fought anybody. Same thing, kind of like that, Russ. Is like, he took on Giannetti. He took on Barrett. He took on Ali Zabian. And it was like, all right, cool.
Killer after killer after killer. And without further ado, we know he's been waiting in the wings since the start of this thing. Everybody was on time.
Hey!
And listen, I just want to make sure. Jacob Bohn, you've been on the show thrice at this point. How's the audio? Can you hear us? What's going on? There's no storm over Rochester tonight.
No, it's nice. It's nice tonight.
All right, we got it.
Nice.
Third time's the charm. It's kind of the story of your Table Titans and now at Cage Titans, because you fought killer after killer after killer, came up short in your fights against Peter Barrett and Joe Giannetti, but were fight of the year nominee and winner, respectively. And then in the third fight, you're putting on a dog fight, just like everybody's used to, against Ali Zabian, who's somebody who's fought for Cage Titans plenty of times before, who's an in-stater, but to see you come from behind and get that third round finish, it was a truly emotional moment for me. I've been calling fights here for about 7 years at this point, and to see you come from behind and get that win that you've really, truly fought from the depth of your heart for, it was it's right up there in the pinnacle of one of the most emotional moments I've had in cage side. I gotta say. So thanks for joining us tonight. I'm stoked for this next fight because you just
thanks, bro. I don't know. I don't know if I was really behind though. I'd say it was pretty close. A lot of people, even me, I'd say it was 1-1 going into the third. So he hit me hard, but I mean, my takedowns added up, so I fucking hit him too.
I love
it was close.
I love Bohn. He's such a fighter. He's like, you're giving him all this compliment. He's like, fuck that. I wasn't down.
I'm just
all
saying,
the nice stuff. He's like, fuck that. I wasn't down.
I saw it in the moment. You were in the fight. You were never out of the fight. But it was I thought you were down 2 rounds going into that third. It was close. I could have been wrong, but that was just my and it's like just you get that finish, and it was something that you tried a couple of times. Right. That little double instep sweep to the guillotine. And when it worked, it was
just like a little cement mixer, kind of. This from wrestling back in high school. One of my coaches, Joe Jewett, was really good at it. He pinned like 7 dudes his freshman year in college, and it's just something I don't know. I just got to get back to what I'm good at. Like I always keep saying, the wrestling, like striking is getting better. It always is getting better, just like everything. But you just got to do what you're good at. You can't be fucking getting too crazy, You got to get the job done. Is what you got to do.
What was that moment like for you? Dude, you had so much emotion.
It's a big win, man. After the losses at Cage Titans, like the Barrett fight, I don't know. It was a quick stoppage, so it is what it is. I don't fucking know. It was a banger, so to have it stopped like that in the third round, it was disappointing. But it is. Everybody has their own opinion on it. And Giannetti fight, it was good. I fucked my knee up, but I think I was winning that fight too. And Ali, it is what it is. It just one after the next, and I got the job done. I'm going to get this job done too. Keep getting better.
Yeah. So have you had your eye on DSAB? Like, do you watch the whole lightweight division? Because I'm assuming that you're going to have to, you kind of knew if you were going to be around Cage Titans. There's a slew of 55ers. Was this a name that you thought you might face off with before?
Yeah, we're supposed to match. We were like, I don't know. I thought we were gonna fight a while ago, and something happened where we didn't line up. I thought we were supposed to fight for you guys a while ago, and he didn't take it or something. I don't know. Pretty sure because we were talking about fighting a while ago.
Well, it's coming to fruition now, and you're riding some serious momentum. It was one of the loudest eruptions, and we harped on it like last week, where we were the main event and co-main event of last fight card were cemented in history. But it's my mission to make sure that your fight with Ali Zabian is never overshadowed, because that was seriously one of the most compelling and competitive fights and barn burners ever. We were blessed with 3 of them all in one night, and just that momentum to carry on. And like you said, this is not the first time that this fight has come to fruition. But where do you see your strengths in the matchup against Zach DiSabatino as an opponent in particular?
Well, he's got some. He's strong. He's got some good, decent wrestling. I won't say good, but it's decent. He's got some decent wrestling. He's quick to go for subs. He's not too patient with them. So I mean, yeah, it is what it is. But uh, he's well rounded. But the striking, a little bit of striking pressure, he kind of, he doesn't do well with it. But it is, he's probably gotten better. So I'm just gonna put it on him, and you're gonna see where the striking, the wrestling, the jits. I just think I just out level. I'm just a little faster with all the transitions and all the timing and everything else. Just like the Ali fight and the fight before that, Bakanowski, it's pretty similar. So I'm back to fighting another southpaw. So I like to fight in southpaws.
Yeah.
I'm so happy your internet's working today, because like there's so much gold that you keep giving us. You're like, like it's a lot. So those who don't know, last time was like a storm, and that was just the worst interview I think we've ever had. But I love these like little gold nuggets. He's like, I'm not gonna say he's good at wrestling. He's like, oh, he's good at wrestling.
Whatever.
You're so like, and you're such a gentleman. Like, because I've talked to you obviously outside of the cage, with the cage sides, and you're such a gentleman. You're such a nice guy, and you do it in such a nice way. Just like, he's good at it. Actually, no, I'm not going to say that. Just like when you were throwing a little dig at Andy. Andy's like, dude, I love Jacob Bohn. That was the most memorable moment of my cage Titans calling career. And you're like, I wasn't down in that fight. I wasn't down in that fight.
I wasn't down. That's funny.
Man, I just remembered in the moment thinking like you were down, but neither here nor there.
Don't you dare say that.
It is what it is. Everybody has their own opinion on the fight, so it is. What it is.
I will say,
I got it done.
I never watch the fights. I openly say that. I'm just running around doing so many things, and I don't watch the fights. I will say that place erupted when you won, and I went over to. I won't say their name, but I was like, dude, what happened? They were like, oh, Bohn was losing, and then Ali out of nowhere just shoots a takedown like an idiot and loses the fight for himself. I go, what do you mean? And that was a fan's reaction, and that's the only kind of what I heard. I just am running around. I hear the place go wild, and for me, it was weird because, you're an out-of-stater, so you sell a couple tickets, but it's not like a huge crowd. And Ali Zabian, though he's in mass, he doesn't even take tickets. He sells 0 tickets. So like the place just erupted and went wild. And I'm like, oh, if that was like a Valdina fight, I would expect the crowd to go crazy because he sells a bunch of tickets or guys like that. But I'm like, what the fuck happened? I turned to somebody, and they were just like, oh yeah, like it looked like Ali was gonna sail to a win, and he just shot like an idiot, and Bohn snatched his neck and choked him out. And I was like, oh shit. And I saw you on the cage, living the moment. It was amazing.
Oh yeah, dude. Well, I mean, I'm gonna start bringing more people. Everybody loves it down there. There's, not that should be surprised or anybody's surprised, because Cage Titans is a great venue and like just a different experience from other fights. But I had a decent crowd with me. I had over 30 people, and that you put up a little volume on 30 people.
It's so funny,
and you came with Jake Hicksonbaugh, who's also fighting on this card.
Right.
And you guys bring a whole entourage. There were Jaguar shirts galore throughout.
Lars, the manager, he said it was probably one of the craziest moments in Cage Titans history. He said he had it 1-1 going into the third, and he actually told me, I don't know if he shared this with you. I'm going to blow up his spot. He did tell me that was probably one of the most memorable moments, if not the most memorable, in his entire MMA career history. How emotional he was when that happened. He said that was one of his favorite moments he's ever had in the sport of MMA.
And I think it's because
Nice,
the
good.
reputation you built as
Nice.
an absolute warrior in your first two fights. You just won, like we say, winning the respect over of the hometown crowd. You fight Giannetti, you fight Peter Bear, who are like hometown guys, and no, you didn't lose any fans in either of those fights. You gained an incredible amount of them. So for them to all witness you finally capture that win against an absolute savage in Ali Zabian, because you really go back and watch that fight, you guys had everything in there. You both were mixing it up so well and really hurting each other. Neither one of you wanted to
Oh
quit
yeah.
whatsoever. A true spectacle of mixed martial arts.
Oh
He's
yeah.
got
He had
something.
some good leg kicks.
And
Some good
both of you
hooks
guys,
too.
your
Everything.
kicks were both
Just good
landing
stuff.
really good.
Lars
Yeah.
said it almost brought him to tears.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
that's that's
I don't know. It's been a long journey, like everybody's road is a long road, and everybody gets to where they are at in their career in different times, different paths, like I'm saying. But over 12 and 10 now, and all the fucking good guys I fought, it just made me the fighter I am now. And like I said, Ali was just the first one, so let's keep it going. Well, Jake.
So switching gears, yeah. So switching gears for a minute. You've also you shared the cage, well, the stage, or however you want to say it, the card last time with your student Jake Hixenbaum. He's actually competing on this card as well. What is it like competing with your students, and how does that help motivate you and inside the gym, and how are you backstage, and kind of take us through that kind of process with you.
Man, it was awesome to be on a card like that with one of my fighters, obviously, but like for the first time, pro. One of my fighters is a pro athlete, so it did have some pressure on me, but I felt like he was sharing some of the pressure with me too, because like usually I'm just in the corner. Well, if I'm coaching them, I'm just in the corner. So I'm like, I want to get in there and I want to fight with them too. I want to do it for them. I want to help them out, but it's their time to do what they got to do. But when I was there at the fight with Jake this time, and he was fighting before me, it took some of the pressure off me in my fight, because it's like, we're both here to do what we got to do. We've been training, we've put in the work in, and it just felt like home, because we work together so hard every day, and why not fight on the same card as each other? And I want to do it, maybe not this one, but one coming up soon, maybe the next one, whenever you guys want to have me back. I know you guys like the shows I put on, but I want to corner him or another one of my fighters, because Grady. I got a few other guys that want to make that next step, and a few amateurs I want to get on your guys' card. But I want to corner my guy, and I want to fight on the card too. I know Giannetti cornered a guy, and he went and fought that night too. So that'd be cool to do the whole circle of life thing. Coach.
Ah,
There you go. Well, Jacob, it's always a pleasure having you. And, we look forward to seeing you on May 27th. Any last things that you want to let everybody else know about?
Uh, no, no. Everybody's always just just good just to think back on the wrestling. Everybody's like just forgets how I'm a wrestler. I wrestled since I was like little baby, wrestling on the mats, growing up. Went to high school, good wrestling high school. Went to college, wrestling college. I mean, I'm still fucking fighting, still wrestling on the mat, still coaching, still teaching. So I'm a wrestler at heart, but I'm a fighter now. So I'm a better fighter. But to be back to the sponsors too, though, I always forget to holler at my sponsors. Sweet Heel is always helping me out. They're the best, man. They're just my dog. She just got in an accident right in front of my house. It was my fault. She was off the leash. Luna, she's my little good luck charm. She'll be at this fight too, so she's doing good. She broke her pelvis, but she just needs a little TLC right now, and not to move it that much, and that's hard for her. But she Sweet Heel hooked us up with a care package for her, and it was cute. But Sweet Heel, again, thank you. And my buddies John Rodriguez at Titan Construction. He's always helped me out since day one. He's like the way back. Nobody else has been around as long as him. So thanks, bro. Miguel, Carvalho with Real Results always helped me out with the kickboxing. Beyond Driven, awesome gym, and just where I'm always grinding if I'm not grinding on the mats. And that Leroy Tatsudo Karate, that's always helped me out there too. But that's all.
Right.
Thanks, guys.
Well, thank you so much, and we look forward to it. And tell the wifey I said hello. And wifey, girl, I don't know what your
Amanda.
official thing, Amanda. She's your partner in crime. Her and the
Yeah,
dog are
yeah.
with you every time. So tell her I said hello, and we will see you guys in a couple weeks.
Hell yeah. Can't wait. Later, guys.
For man.
Have a
Bohn
good one.
MMA back in town. Jacob Bohn versus D. Sam. J.K. Kumbar versus Aaron Hughes. And a couple of crazy matchups. Savage pros at the right spots in their career to match up against.
When he was talking about his teammate and fighting, I didn't want. Obviously, he has first things first. Like he's got to fight against DSAB, but I wonder, like, because Muse beat his teammate in the last fight, like, and Muse is a 55er. If there's any like maybe down the road he would like to try to get that fight.
All right.
That was something I was thinking.